Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Josh from Nightmare on Woodsboro Lake. Yesterday I dropped a trailer reaction to the new Scream 6 official trailer that dropped. I kind of did it quick. As usual, a lot of my videos are done on my break at work, so that's why they're a little bit short. Some things I did notice in the trailer that I didn't mention is all the little nods to people dressed as other horror characters. Like, I swear to God, I saw the Babadook. You also had Jason on the tram, and I almost thought I saw, what else did I see? I only watched the trailer twice. I showed my wife last night. And I don't know, it was just cool kind of seeing like these other horror characters, like, or people dressed as these other horror characters on the tram. And as I said in the reaction yesterday, I really enjoyed the fact that they did a minimalistic approach to the trailer. Kind of relied more on the jump scare for the trailer, with the whole like lights going off in the tram, coming back on, and every single time Ghostface got a little bit closer, and there was multiple Ghostface or people dressed up as Ghostface on the subway or whatever, but the one moving closer and then grabbing Mindy by the, or her name was Mindy, right? She's Randy's niece. See, I'm not as well versed with the newer Screams. Like, oh, and by the way, yesterday I realized it was Charlie. Charlie was the secondary killer in Scream 4. Yesterday in the trailer reaction, I couldn't remember for the life of me. But Charlie, yeah. But yeah, I don't know where that scene falls in the movie. I don't know if that is like early on in the movie or if that's further in. Either way, I'm hoping that Mindy doesn't die. So that would just suck. I mean, you got to raise the stakes. Somebody's got to die. So I guess, I don't know. I feel like her being the new Randy, I don't want her to. Oh. I just had a revelation as I'm talking about this. But, like, wouldn't it be so fitting for her to die in the sequel to this requel as Randy died in the sequel to the original trilogy? Dang, history repeats itself. Oh, man. But it has my hopes. It has my hopes up. I really enjoyed 5 for, I know some of it seemed like, lather, rinse, repeat of the original film. And it didn't seem like anything too horribly groundbreaking. But the fact was, it was a requel, so it was kind of like a reboot to the franchise while still everything prior to the franchise was canon. And the fact that they went bold, they killed Dewey, they killed Officer Hicks in broad daylight, like right there in the middle of the neighborhood. Didn't matter if there was neighbors on the porch watching or not. Ghostface was bold. No shits were given. So that was an interesting new take, because with each person who dons the mask, obviously they're not all the same people, so their attributes are different, and it just so happens that if that was Amber from the last one, or Jack Quaid's character, they were bold. They had no restraint. It was like balls to the wall, let's go. And the funny thing was, I really enjoyed Jack Quaid's character in that one. I know some people didn't, but I enjoyed his charismatic kind of humor and just the way he was. So I had a suspicion, but I didn't want it to be true. And of course it was. And, he meets his death at the end of that film as well. Which, shoot, taking that knife through like the cheek. Fuck! That movie was gory. It definitely upped the stakes on like the gore and the kill sequences compared to some of the ones in the past. 4 was the same way. Like when Jill's friend, what was her name? When she got killed in her bedroom and like her insides were on her bed and like just the way that she was like gutted. That was brutal. So I'm glad they kind of followed up with that in number 5 and kind of continue to raise the stakes and raise the kill sequences. Like, but yes, I am excited. They are taking it to New York City. So we're in a whole different ballpark. This isn't like Woodsboro out in California anymore. You're in a city where like all kinds of crazy things happen. Murder is not unusual. It's not like the same way where in a small town like Woodsboro where it rocks the community. It's like more of a statistical thing in New York. So, and we know that Gail was out, living her life as a new journalist, like doing bigger television, I believe, in New York, is what she mentioned in the 5th one, before she came back when Dewey told her that Ghostface was back. Of course, couldn't just leave it alone. She had to come, and then had to be rocked by Dewey's death, which hit me freaking hard. I knew it. I knew somebody big was going to die. Like, when you get a new director in the helm and you get like a new production company like doing the film, and they've got to like give something fresh and new to the franchise, and they've got to like up the stakes. Somebody that was safe before is not safe anymore, and that proved true. And God knows how Scream 6 is going to play, which I really liked the way the trailer ended, where it like slit through the part of the VI, and then it like was draining blood on just that side. So that was really cool. But yeah, I loved how minimal the trailer was. Now it leaves us guessing. If you're out there, Paramount, don't put any more out, or if you're gonna do something, do another minimalistic one if you have to. But let us freaking wonder. Let us wonder for the next few months. We have waited long enough. We got our little taste. We can wait just a little bit longer for this movie to drop. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope they don't run this franchise too far into the ground. Because you can overdo it a little too much. I think, Scream 4 was welcomed in my opinion, because Scream 3 didn't really land for me very much. It's one of my least favorites in the franchise. It happens to be my wife's like favorite or second favorite, but I was like, no. I didn't really like it that much. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was good in aspects, and it had some good sequences, and it had some good like reveal and like craziness to it, even though I thought Roman was a freaking joke. He just was a whiny little baby about Sid and his mother's like abandoning him, and it was just like a worse, like a more pansy version of Billy Loomis. Like Billy Loomis was like, yeah, he was a mama's boy, but he wasn't as pathetic as Roman played out to be. Which, yeah, I like the twist. I like the reveal. I like the weird, like, okay, so some things that we didn't know before that we know now, which kind of played out exactly the way that Randy said it would in like the little tape that he left behind for Sydney and everybody. But yeah, I think 4 was welcome. I feel like if they could erase 3, make 4 the new 3, that would have been great. And I didn't mind 5. I enjoyed parts of it. I enjoyed how bold it was. I enjoyed, like, the stakes being raised, even though it hurt at the same time. It had to be done. Everybody thought that, like, the main 3 were, like, untouchable, and they made that point to flip it on its head and say, no, nah, not even close, guys. Anybody's fair game. So it just, that was a bittersweet but enjoyable twist to this film, is that they took the safe, the three that were in that safety net, and they like cut Dewey loose, and they're like, it's hunting season. So yeah, I'm excited. I would love to hear everybody else's thoughts. Are you guys excited for Scream 6? Do you think they are overdoing it in the franchise? You think taking it to New York is a cool concept, or if it's just meh? Like, I know we got Jason Takes Manhattan, and that wasn't like the greatest film in the franchise. It had some fun moments. Like, I enjoyed the boxing scene on top of the roof, and Jason like knocks the guy's block off, literally. So it was fun. It was different. And I saw a meme where it was like, hey, can I copy your homework? And it was like Jason Takes Manhattan, and then they're like, yeah, but change it up a little bit. And then it ends up being Scream 6. I thought that was funny because it's kind of true, but kind of like, I mean, at least they're not taking Ghostface to space. You know what I'm saying? Jason X. Leprechaun. So yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts, your opinions. I'd love to chat with you about it. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and yeah, keep killing it out there, my friends, and just remember, don't get caught.